Good day, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have not yet come across my channel, welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Poppins, and I'm all about just posting motivational, encouraging, and inspiring content, and basically just kind of motivating you or encouraging you to live your life the best possible way you can, because you only have one life and life is short, so you never know when your time might come, or you never know when your time is due. So live each day fully as if it's your last, because one day you will absolutely be right. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I urge you and invite you to do so, because I will just keep on putting the content up. I'm all about health, all about fitness, all about adventures, and I'm all about just, yeah, like I said, living life on the edge as well. Um, I come by here today with a question which I am trying to get, not necessarily just one simple question, it's more questions which I'm kind of seeking answers to, if you are able to provide me answers to these questions. So, as most of you guys might know, or as some of you guys might know, I'm not originally from South Africa. I'm an exotic alien from a different island or a different place on the planet. So trying to start a business, obviously trying to open a business account, or let's say I'm trying to register my business here in South Africa. Seeing that I've gone solo, sole proprietorship for almost a year now, and I am trying to register my business, and it seems it's a bit challenging, considering if you do not have a South African ID number, because that's what seems to be the recommendation or the requested document on their website, CIPC. So yes, there is foreign assistance as well. So I've tried that option as well. So I've applied using that option, and it turns out that my application was disapproved, or should I say rejected. So now I am trying to I'm trying to obviously register again, or I'm trying for the second time, attempt for the second time, but it's just not allowing me to. It's asking me for a code, or it's asking me for obviously the 13 digits as well. So I need to log on to my previous, which I have not yet registered an account. I tried registering, so obviously as I sent an application, I submitted an application, but it seems that if it was not approved. So if anyone who is actually not South African, or who's not using a South African document, if you are able to register your business or create a customer account on the CIPC account, or website, to say the least, the CIPC website, if you are able to register your business account or register your business, and you're not a South African citizen, please give me a hands up, or give me a reach out. Just provide me some answers if you're able to. If so, actually, by in asking that question, I'm not asking if you've done that in the previous years. I mean, in 2025, if you are able to register your business using the CIPC website, I'd really appreciate your advice or your guidance or your answers, without using a South African ID document, because I've been trying multiple times and it's just been a bit of a hassle. So if this is not the only way or the only option that I can register or register my business, I really appreciate your recommendations as well. If there's any other specific sites that I can reach and tap into without having any of these kind of difficulties, or even if I do have these difficulties as well, at least I'll be able to get through, and I'll be able to send my application through, and then it shouldn't give me such problems, because it's been quite a battle. I've done it multiple times, and I've just been wasting time after time going on the website, reapplying, and just being asked to send a code, which I'm trying my best, but now they ask me to put a South African ID, South African resident number, which I don't have. So I put my ID number, but obviously they say it's not a South African resident number. So it's been a bit of a hassle, and I need to obviously get this business up and running, so I can obviously then start paying, well, my taxes, whatever is due. But if this is the case and I'm struggling to do this, I'd really appreciate your assistance, your advice, your guidance, or your recommendations. Also, what something else I want to tap into or look into is when it comes to applying for property or accommodation. So obviously I've been trying to move. from where I'm staying. And unfortunately, as I mentioned, my business is not yet registered because I was working for someone for a couple of years, and then the person who I was working for left the country. So I was forced to obviously go solo or go independent. So now I'm a sole proprietor, so I work for myself and I do everything independently. So I was just wondering if I'm not a South African once again, as I mentioned earlier. So if I'm trying to get or apply for a property, or I'm trying to rent a property for my own, obviously, personal use, because I'm trying to move from where I'm currently staying to a different place. Is there any other way I can actually kind of tap into a property which I fancy, which I find that I want to move into, without obviously having to go through these agents who are making everything so complicated because they're requesting so many things which I do not have. So, for example, they're going to ask me for pay slips, but obviously I can provide them my banking details. But once again, my detail, I can provide them my proof of payment and all those things. So, like I said, my business is not yet registered, so I don't think they understand what's going on there. So it seems as if I'm getting my money or my income in an illegal way, because they don't know where the money is coming from. It's just coming from different people. For all I get it, for all they know, I could be selling drugs, but obviously that's not what I do and that's not what I'm into. That's the least or the last thing I'd actually ever think of doing, unless obviously I want to get arrested, because then I would tap into their things. But getting arrested is the last thing I'd actually want to get myself into. So that's also one thing I'm actually kind of just looking to get some recommendations, suggestions, ideas, whatever you have that can assist me in be able to get from where I currently am staying, because I can afford to obviously move into any property. But now, what is the most efficient or slightly easier way where I can just where I can just literally skip these landlords, these agencies, and actually just tap directly into the landlord and actually speak to the landlord directly. If there are any sites or any apps that I can actually use or try or apply into, if you have any guidance, once again, I actually urge you to just put your ideas or your information or your recommendations, anything that you have that can assist me in moving forward. Because at this very point in time, I've been looking for accommodation for almost a year now, and it gets very frustrating. It's demotivating as well, because it's not like you can't afford to move into an accommodation. It's just the matter of the fact that unfortunately you are not a South African resident and your business is not yet registered properly. Even though I don't only work for myself, I work for another company, so I can provide let's say proof of payment or my pay slips from the other company I work for. But all I can say is sometimes these pay slips that I receive from this other company can be a bit complicated, because, well, let me say confusing. I myself don't actually understand them, because I try to understand how I get taxed and how my income kind of sometimes is less than my tax. But actually, that's a story for another day. That's besides the point. But yeah, if you have any recommendations or any suggestions, any ideas how I can actually kind of literally, even if it's an agent that I can actually get into, but these agents might be serious, that I actually can actually assist me in getting an apartment, because once again, I can afford the apartment. I guess it's just a matter of, unfortunately, I am not a South African resident, so it kind of, I guess, takes a bit of, how do I put it, time, I guess. And I mean, they don't know me, so obviously they can't just randomly trust me, even though I might have the funds. But that shouldn't be the case. If I can afford the place, surely you can just give me priority as well. But anyway, I really appreciate your advice in regards to the business registration as well as the accommodation application too, because I've been looking for a very long time and it's long overdue, and I'd really appreciate your assistance and your help. It will really come in handy. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to kind of hear me out, and I really appreciate you guys. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. Please just show some love and some support. I really appreciate that too in advance. And yeah, stay awesome, keep kicking ass, and keep thriving and keep going. Together we will thrive. Okay, cheers, guys. I'm out.